Procrastination is how we all escape the reality of facing or completing a particular task despite knowing the consequence. Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Soliu Olamileko Kamaldeen. I am a Nigerian content creator based in Ilorin. So to beat procrastination, you have to adopt what I call the post-event analysis techniques. This is a technique I used whenever I procrastinate any task, and it has really helped me beat procrastination over the couple of months. The purpose of this post-event analysis technique is just to know why you have actually procrastinated a particular task. So based on my research and various experience with the post-event analysis techniques, the main reason why we all procrastinate can be narrowed down to just 3 reasons. The number one is the motivation, followed by the distraction and the resistance. So I want you to pause this video and reflect on those 3 things that I have mentioned. It is either you procrastinate because you do not have the motivation to start a particular activity, or probably you procrastinate because you feel so much distracted, or maybe you just don't feel like starting that particular activity. And to beat procrastination effectively, we have to understand the concept and why each of these is really affecting our productivity. To be very honest here, motivation and distraction are not supposed to be a reason why we procrastinate. Do you know why? Because we all misconstrue the concept of motivation. Let me start with that. So if you think motivation is what you need to start that particular task you have been procrastinating, I'm sorry, you are wrong. Because the reality of motivation is that motivation is action driven. You can only be motivated after when you have taken an action. Action comes before motivation and not the otherwise. So if you want to beat procrastination effectively, you have to shift your paradigm about motivation. Motivation is what you get after you have taken an action and not what you need to start a particular action. Should you get it right? Yeah, so moving on to the next thing. So now that you have understood the concept of motivation and how it can affect your productivity, I am very sure we all understand the fact that motivation alone might not be sufficient for us to complete that particular task that we are doing, especially when you are with your phone and in one way or the other you have internet connection, you know, all the beeps from different social medias. And yeah, that is what distraction is all about. Distraction is what disrupts your flows. It is what actually stops you from doing that particular thing you are doing. And sometimes motivation might not be sufficient. So to clear out distraction effectively, you have to clear out anything that brings the distraction, like positioning your phone far away from you, clearing out your environment. Make sure you are in a very clean and serene environment. Please note that there is a wide spectrum of distraction, and the best advice I would give you to getting rid of distraction is just to block time for a particular activity. Block time for whatever you want to do. Clear out every distraction. Tell your friends you are not available, and that way you'll be able to concentrate on whatever you do and be more productive. Talking about the third reason why we all procrastinate, and that is like the ground of all, which is resistance. Beating resistance is like beating procrastination. Resistance can be directly proportional to what procrastination is, because resistance is that force that keeps you the same way you are. It is the force that never wants you to take an action. It is that feeling you have when you just don't feel like starting that particular thing. Resistance is that force that keeps you on bed whenever you wake up in the morning. I hope you get the concept now. To beat resistance, you have to build a very strong willpower. And most of the time, willpower is being sourced by action that gives instant reward, like getting paid for waking up as early as possible in the morning. You know, that's because of the money you are earning, you will be willing to wake up as early as possible. And to be very honest with ourselves, not every action, not every activity, not every task we get ourselves engaged in is giving us that instant reward or instant change. So this is actually making resistance a very tricky thing to beat. And yeah, thank God for our generations, psychologists in the past, productivity gurus in the past has actually worked on that. All what we need to do is just to find a means of incorporating it into our lifestyle. So I'll be suggesting 2 basic rules that has actually helped me beat resistance effectively, which is the 5-minute rule and the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule is a concept I learned from David Allen's book titled Getting Things Done, and this rule suggests that any task that will take you less than 2 minutes is meant to be done right now. If it is going to take you less than 2 minutes to make your bed when you wake up in the morning, please make it immediately. You do not have to procrastinate that because it requires less effort. Do it right now. And incorporating this rule into your lifestyle would really help you a lot because it is going to save you from accumulating some tasks whereby in the future all you need to break the resistance force will be a kind of huge effort. These 2 minutes will give you the chance to deal effectively with tasks that takes more time and focus on them properly. And the second rule, which is the 5 minutes rule. The 5 minute rule is what I call the compromise rule, and it is a technique that has really helped me beat procrastination hands down. So whenever you are feeling too reluctant to start a particular task or complete something you already started, all you have to do is just to compromise to the fact that you have just 5 minutes to spend there, and before you know it, motivation must have carried you travailler if you are really interested in that task. But if it happens to be something you are not really interested in or a kind of boring task, then you can stop immediately after the 5 minute timer hits. And that time, the problem is not all about procrastination again because you have started, and the problem is about something else which I am going to be talking about in future videos. So thank you. That is the end. So in summary, to beat procrastination, you have to beat motivation, resistance, and distraction. And all of these are what I have talked about in this video. Thank you for seeing it to this end. Make sure you subscribe if you are yet to. Share this video to more of your friends, and I'm going to see you in another video. Peace out.